Today I'd like to talk a little bit about rape culture in the context of MIT's sexual assault survey. Rape culture is a concept that exemplifies the culture in which rape is pervasive and normalized due to societal attitudes about gender and sexuality. This can take the form of victim blaming, sexual objectification, trivializing rape, or denial of commonplace occurrences of rape. Many of the survey results show just this.
Sexual assault is a very big problem at MIT's campus. But a deeper look at an even more troubling problem is the fact that MIT students are having difficulties classifying their sexual encounters and classifying what sexual violence is. 17% of female undergraduates reported an experience that fits the survey's definition of sexual assault, classified as unwanted sexual behaviors involving the use of force, physical threats, and/or incapacitation. However, only 11% of female undergraduates checked yes when asked if they had been directly physically assaulted or sexually assaulted or raped. This also points to a large concern, seeing that 35% of female undergraduate respondents said that they had unwanted sexual advances put on them.
And it isn't just a localized MIT problem. It's a symptom of a much larger societal lack of understanding of what sexual assault really is. MIT students seem to be under-identifying instances of sexual assault even in their own lives.
So to me, sexual assault is any sexual contact that occurs in which at least one of the parties has not or cannot give consent. And so basically it's not the presence of a no, but an absence of a yes.
The media is a pervasive force within modern society, and along with lived experiences, shapes many ideas we have about societal norms and accepted behaviors. As Laura Mulvey touched upon in Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema, mainstream media is viewed through the lens of the straight male gaze. Films, television, and advertising focus on the man and his views while objectifying and trivializing those of women. This robs women of their agency in the societal context. They are sexualized for the purpose of men's pleasure, creating a sort of narrative in which sexual assault becomes all too common. Without voices, without active representation, the need for consent disappears and sexual assault is normalized.
Perpetuating the idea that this isn't a big deal. This didn't really happen to me. Like, this wasn't real assault. Really just allows the cycle of violence to continue and promotes the idea that this is an acceptable behavior that we just don't need to talk about and we don't need to label, and that's not the case.
While MIT cannot single-handedly change the perception of women in the media at large, and while rape culture is a problem nationally, what we can do is make changes within our own community. Perpetuating rape culture requires that community members not question the status quo, trivialize or ignore instances of sexual assault when they occur, and remain unaware of what constitutes sexual assault or consent. This survey provides us with a good first step, identification of the problem, that can help us change the way students view these issues. Furthermore, we can challenge students to look beyond the borders of MIT and take a critical look at the broader media landscape, as Mulvey suggests. Only by viewing our MIT and larger American cultures through a critical lens can we hope to reduce instances of sexual assault and treat it with the gravity it deserves.